Hello, epic viewers from around the multiverse. Prepare to bask in unprecedented glory, because today I'm going to shed light on the reasons appertaining to why it's so difficult to find a job in 2018. First off, there is hyper-competition. In other words, you may be competing against 8 billion candidates. Now, this is perhaps an exaggeration, but it further embellishes my point. People are vying for the same position. You have people across the multiverse vying for the same positions, and the people, other candidates you're competing against, may have much better credentials than you possess. Why? Their work experience may trump yours, their skills may trump yours, their education may supersede yours. So just be worried that you're competing against a cornucopia of people for a single position. So the markets are oversaturated with potential employees. What's another reason? Why has it become more cumbersome? Why has it become more arduous to find a job in 2018? Well, automation is becoming more ubiquitous, it's becoming more prevalent. Companies are utilizing robots, automated processes, and software programs. They want to minimize their labor costs. They want to be able to outsource jobs to machines. This renders them more productive and allows them to maximize their profits while minimizing their costs. So if you had a menial, rudimentary job, or if you're looking for one, then you may be disappointed to find out the stark reality of the situation. The bleak reality is that your job is likely preordained to be replaced in the pending future if it already has not been replaced. Restaurants utilize kitchen robots. Retail stores utilize self-checkout machines. ATMs replace jobs. Answering services replace jobs. A bulldozer, which may be autonomous in the pending future, can do the job of over 20 men more efficaciously. So just understand that a software program can also do the work of a paralegal, a lawyer, a doctor. No one's impervious to getting displaced by a machine. Machines can do everything more effectively than humans. The third reason is that regulations are burdensome, and they create all these impediments for employers. They create all these issues for employers that precludes them from hiring employees. Businesses have to pay enormous extortion fees in the form of corporate tax, in the form of payroll tax, and in the form of permits, licenses, property tax, and other burdensome costs. These regulations inhibit them from bolstering their workforce. Let me give you an example. Someone may be inclined to hire you if they can hire you for $2 an hour. If your labor is only worth $2 per hour, you're not going to get the job because the minimum wage scribble on a piece of parchment inhibits the employer from hiring you. An employer, a company, may be far more inclined to hire more employees if they did not have such high regulatory costs. A company would be far more profitable if they had lower regulatory costs, and if they didn't have to succumb to extortion fees, they'd be able to invest more money into growing the business. Taxation is burdensome to businesses and transfers money from productive entities to unproductive entities. So it is what it is. Regulatory costs stifle businesses, they impair businesses, they can cause businesses to become defunct. And when you make entrepreneurship, when you make it more difficult for businesses to compete because of regulations and because of extortion fees, you're contracting the job market, you're creating far fewer jobs. And of course, another reason why it's more difficult to find a job in 2018 than it was in previous years is because the requirements are amplifying. Not only do you have hyper competition and an oversaturation of prospective employees on the market, but the jobs that do remain, you need to be highly qualified to perform. Most people don't know how to code, they don't understand how to utilize JavaScript, nor Python, nor HTML, nor CSS. They don't have technical skills. They lack vocational skills. They lack so many skills that are prerequisites for being eligible to apply for these jobs. And even if you do have those skills, you're not guaranteed to get these jobs either, because the employer wants you to have work experience, so that's a catch-22. You can't get the job without work experience, but you need work experience to get the job. It's just a conundrum. It doesn't make any sense, but it is what it is. So what's another reason? What's a bonus reason that I can just tag on and spew and add on? Well, other than everything that I've mentioned thus far, it makes it difficult to get a job when everything is so dispersed and spread out, and when commutes are pretty much unbearable. So in other words, to give you an example of what I'm referring to, if you're skilled in a niche, in a specific area, if that employer does not live within your vicinity, then it's going to be more difficult for you to get a job in the area that you're skilled in. Or it's going to be, that's true, it's going to be more difficult for you to get a job in the area that you're skilled in, because employers are just spread so far apart from employees. So that's another reason. Location is a dire issue. I mean, if you were not restricted by your vicinity, if you had the divine ability to teleport anywhere, then think how much easier it would be to procure a job. So I hope that you found this video to be insightful and enthralling. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Goodbye.